Hello everyone and welcome to Gymnastics Day here at Elphick.Event.Ponies. So about once a month, maybe once a fortnight, depending on what I'm doing with the horses, I try and have one of my at-home jumping sessions as a gymnastics one. So the way I tend to do it is I pick which horse kind of like needs to work through something the most. I build an exercise for that horse and then the other horses just do it, because realistically any exercise is going to benefit any horse, but of course you can tailor them more for each sort of problem that you're having. So today's exercise is tailored towards Wilma. We're going to have a little walk down. So I'm starting with my canter poles. You'll also notice for once I've positioned it right in the middle of the arena, so it's going to be quite a tight turn, which I actually think Wilma's going to struggle with quite a lot, but it means I can come off both reins. I'm a bit naughty about just having a grid on either side of the arena, and then it means we stay on one rein. So right in the middle, got my canter poles, and then we have got a bounce of high cross poles. So you may have guessed, the thing we're working on with Wilma today is like her punchiness off of the ground. Like I want her more like ba-boom, snappy when she jumps, and also just a little bit neater in front. So the idea of these high cross poles is that it kind of makes like a little bit of a V. It's a smaller, narrower bit for them to jump through, so they have to be like this, really neat and tidy in front. So we've got a bounce of those. That's getting my punchiness off the ground. And then because we've just got a 20 by 40 here at home, we are a bit limited with what we can do after all of that. So I've decided to introduce an A-frame. So I haven't done an A-frame in quite a while, but this was actually something that Dan Dale's Art recommended to me when we went over for him to ride Wilma. Again, it kind of creates this narrower point, and obviously you've got the point here. So the horses just have to be a lot more aware of where they're actually taking off. A lot neater, a lot straighter. It can encourage more of a basculing jump. That's why I've got an oxer as opposed to an upright. It kind of depends what you want to get out of the jump, but for me I want Wilma to be a little bit more connected from start to finish of the jump and actually work over her back when she's jumping. So I'm hoping a little bit of width, but also this narrower point here hopefully is going to give us a nice, neat, tidy, engaged, pingy jump. Just a quick thing to mention, well, about all of this, because this, how the line is now, is how I'm hoping to finish off. So we will be completely changing this. So when you're doing an A-frame, always, always, always start with your poles right out here, especially if your horse has never done it. In fact, I'd say if your horse has never done it, I would even start with your poles on the floor and then lift them up like that. So it's just a lot kinder. You know, they kind of understand it, and then gradually you can move them in, and the most advanced version is having them touching. But if you get to the point where, you know, your poles are there and there, then that's like a really good starting point. So just always play it by ear. Every horse is individual. I don't think Wilma's ever done an A-frame and she's going first, so let's practice what we preach, guys. And pop them down there. I will put that jump down. I'm also going to collapse the cross poles. Again, this is the end game. So we will probably, Wilma might not get that high to be fair, but Jam hopefully will. Obviously the steeper the angle, the kind of more technical it is for them. So we'll see how we're going. Right. That's quite wide for a canter pole now, but I've made my bounces a little bit longer because it's a bit easier for them. I've then also got these poles here, which are kind of guide rails, but it's more that I can canter across them because they're canter distance. And then we have also got some little guide rails at the end here, just to keep me straight and stop me cutting my corners. So straightness, punchiness, snappiness, neatness, gymnasticness, all the things that this exercise is hopefully going to help us with. So I'm going to run in, grab Wilma, I'll meet you back in the arena. Okay, so first horsey, got lovely Wilma here. I'm going to preface this by saying Wilma really does not jump as well at home as she does when she's out and about. I don't know what it is, but she's always just a bit like flatter and less switched on, which again is partly why I'm doing this exercise. So I'm going into this with a very open mind, and I'm not going to get upset or annoyed if we don't kind of like achieve what I necessarily want to achieve, because she just needs to get some jumps under her belt, as it were, and learn to sort of concentrate a little bit more at home and try a bit harder at home. So we'll warm her up, we'll see how we get on. I've put this down to just the plank. She's never jumped that plank before, so good girl. We can play over that. And then my canter poles are, well, they're exactly that, they're just canter poles, but I'm hoping that I've left enough room that I can canter over those 3 poles and then turn in that little gap there so that I can warm up over the canter poles without having to do a jump. So that is my plan. We're on a bit of a tight time scale to get both horses jumped. So I'll warm up and then catch up with you guys. Oh. I know there's sheep there. Definitely got on more lively. Yeah. What's wrong with you today? Good girl. You silly girl. Have you never seen sheep in Ireland? This is going to be fun trying to get around this tight turn. We're spooking at sheepsies. Good. Well done. So just warming up, doing a serpentine around my grid, just to make sure that I can bend her both ways. We're kind of falling out through our shoulder a bit. Our tempo isn't great, not the most consistent contact. So just trying to think of all of those things really better. You know from Rich's lesson that Wilma struggles a bit with her bending, so I've been trying to work on it. Lots of changes of direction. Good girl. Good. Lost the shoulder. Good girl. Oh. Now I'm up here, I think I've made my canter poles too short there. Too short for my massive Clydesdale. Good girl. Have a little walk before we canter. Oh, good. Well done. Oh, well done, that's all right. Good girl. Still trying really hard with Wilma's canter. She's got a lovely canter, but it is A, bigger than what I'm used to, and although she's got a great canter, it's still weak. So I'm trying to sort of get that bouncy ball feeling, which again, all of these exercises are good for. Well done. Need a little bit more thrust, as they would say on Chicken Run.
We need more thrust.
Oh, thrust. Well, of course we need thrust.
Skip the poles this time around. Ooh. This is our less established rein. Well done. Well done. Ooh. Okay, I think we'll canter down these. I think they might need to be lengthened a bit, but that is of course why we hire Grantlands Media. Also, this gives us a good opportunity to practice this tight turn, which I think is going to feel quite hard. I think, judging from my warm-up and that serpentine, I'm gonna be at risk of losing thy outside shoulder. But we'll see, I'll give it a go. Give it a go, won't we, Wilms? Come on, that's it. Oh my God. Not the jump, not the jump. I mean, you can't fault a horse for wanting to lock onto the jump, can you? Try and turn sooner, well done. Let's go off the other rein. Good. Ooh. You're all right, Pete, don't worry. Pete's life flashes before his eyes. Good. Okay. I'm actually quite impressed with how she managed that. I think when that's a jump, we might have to move it, but we'll see. I'm not very good with like placing poles before a fence because for ages I had like a massive, like not phobia, that's a bit strong, but wasn't a massive fan of having a pole for a fence. I used to really do it at home and did it when I was training with someone and they also do it all for you, so we'll see. Again, we've got Pete here, he's a fountain of knowledge. We'll be all good. Right, I think what I'm gonna do, contrary to popular belief, is I'm gonna jump the plank first. It's only small, I think she'll be fine, because it's gonna be creating bad habits if I have those as a jump, but then pull out of the second one. I feel like it's fine when it's poled, but when that actually jumps, I don't want to be teaching her to like waver when she's going down a grid. So brave pants on, and we'll come down to the horse crest one. I think we'll just do it after the poles actually. That probably makes the most sense, doesn't it? Right, let's go. Wilma's keen. Atta go. Bold, well done, sweet pea. Again, go the other way. Okay, right, I've been really naughty because I've turned her that way every single time. So this time we're going to turn left. Oh dear. Be bold. Well done. Good. Ooh. Sorry guys, my poles at the top had come apart. You obviously kicked them. Oh well, she managed it. Right, I'm gonna build a cross pole. Could really do with Hobbit here. Peter? Okay. Peter has, sorry, Grantland Media has popped a cross pole up for us. I'll just, don't worry, I'm just gonna turn and get my canter. Sorry, he was doing a nice shot, guys, and I ruined it. Good. Sorry, darling, well done. I think I need to travel more down there, but it's hard because obviously the striding is done when I've got fences there, so the striding is off at the moment. It's all right, keep going. Good. Okay, we have 2 cross poles. So hopefully I'll now be able to make my 2 strides in the middle. I'm gonna try really hard to turn left. She's really difficult to turn left and there's not much room there. I don't wanna go over the fence. Good. All right, well done. I don't mind that we didn't get the 2. Good girl, because Wasn't my decision, I didn't pull. Again, okay. Well done, Sweet Pea. She's being really careful, which I can't fault at all. Loving how she's going through there. I don't think I've ever done a bounce on her. In fact, I'm sure I've never done a bounce on her. So I don't know what her experience with bounces is like. And it's quite, although obviously like cross poles are inviting, it's quite lucky. So I'm pleased with how she's gone through there. She's picked her way through. We're not making this distance. I think I will shorten it a bit. I think potentially I've just walked it a bit long, considering we've got that bouncy canter there. It's not like, there's not enough strides to be able to travel again. So I'm gonna ask my darling assistant to shorten that a tiny bit, and then we'll start building up. We have gone up with the plank, kind of regretting, and we've also gone up with the cross poles, and I have introduced the poles down there for the A-frame, although poor Peter does need to go in a minute, so we might have to save the A-frame for a different day, or just have a tiny bit of it up, which isn't bad for an introduction for her. Come on then, Wilms. We have also shortened the double guys to try and help me get that stride. Well done. God, why are we? I think the bounces just really take it out of her. Better, better. I didn't get my left-hand turn, but much better. I think what we'll do is we'll just pop the A-frame things up just for a bit of early training. And then Peter gets to go, and we're gonna have to film Jammy another day. Good girl. You can see the start of an A-frame there. Good. See how hard that is to turn left? Well done, baby. Sorry for yanking you then. I've got to still go. Oh, do you know what? I'm absolutely chuffed with that. I think regardless of Pete needing to go to the pub, we leave it there because she has jumped superbly. She's been so honest. She's probably never seen anything like all this before, and she's just kept on coming down. Hasn't touched a pole that I can remember. She's touched poles on the ground. Yeah, I'm actually really, really pleased with that. So I'm gonna leave Wilma there. We'll save the A-frame for Jammy, and Wilma can do an A-frame another day. And I'll see you probably tomorrow, guys. Wish Pete a merry time at the pub. Hello guys, it is a new dawn, it's a new day. I'm wearing the same clothes. Don't judge me, I have actually got a different base layer on.
You got a different jacket on?
No, I was wearing this jacket, wasn't I?
No, you were wearing the long sleeve jacket yesterday.
Then I changed to this. Pete, you're not paying attention. Anyway, reduce, reuse, recycle. We can wear the same breeches for a few days. Right, Jam's there. Jam's a little legend. She literally just stands while I play around with fences. I think this striding is absolutely fine. I think the bounces were just taking it out of Wilma. That's quite long, but that's fine. We want that a bit long.
And welcome to counting school.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, like I'm not being funny. That's probably less than a show distance. Jamelia, my baby! Are we gonna do some jumping? Are we gonna do some jumping? She's so good. These horsey. Literally, whenever I come and do jumps, or like if I'm riding on my own and I'm trying to do jumps or poles or whatever, I'll like ride around, hop off. You can just abandon her and she will not move a muscle. It's absolutely freezing. Honestly, guys, the look on Pete's face, he just looks like he loves his job. Do you sometimes wish you were in an office sniffing rocks again? Oh, licking rocks, sorry.
Yeah, no, sometimes.
I forget what geologists do. Oh, I forgot what number it was on that side. All right, we're equal. Let's go, baby cakes. So I've collapsed the fences in the same way as I did for Wilma. So we've just got the poles at the start. And I've also got just the plank because although Jam is an absolute legend, she's done demos in central London, she's gone around badminton, she's done loads of cool stuff. She will still spook at the plank, almost definitely. So give myself the benefit of the doubt. Good girl. Right, it's a bit nippy, guys, so I'm gonna do some brisk walking to try and warm all of Jam's muscles up. So I probably have to do that for like 5 or 10 minutes to be fair and just stretch her. So we have to take a little bit of extra care, especially in the winter. And then I'll actually get warming up properly. Good girl. So same as with Wilma. Just gonna do my serpentine down the grid. I don't know, sometimes just find it easier to change their diagonal by standing up for 2 beats rather than sitting. Sometimes find it smoother. There she goes, sitting though. I think it's being in a jump saddle because you've got shorter stirrups. I don't know, let me know, guys. Oh, I've gone back to sitting now. Woo. Gave Pete the fright of his life again. All right, Jam. All right, well done. Oh dear, we've kicked it. Maybe it'll be right in a really short canter. Doot, doot. Good girl. Okay, I'll come down the middle. Oh, that's sweet pea. I know you want to jump. Just warm up properly first. Okay, I'll come down and jump the plank. Sorry, Jam. Christ! Well done. Oh my God. Okay, I think what we can establish is I was blaming Wilma for turning right when it's clearly my fault. And the striding definitely doesn't work when it's poles on the ground. Better. Okay, well done. She wasn't spooky though, so that's good. Right, get my glamorous assistant to put some crossbars up for me. Good, Jammy. Well done, sweet pea. sorry, we're just adding while the pole's not there. Oh, beautiful. Right, I think we're ready for our second cross pole and then we'll start building up. Right guys, we've got 2 cross poles. So now we've got a jump there. I'm hoping the distance will come better, but I do need to land and travel, I think. Yeah, what? Like, why am I finding that distance so long? At least we made it that time, but like, it's not smooth, is it? Good girl. She's so cool. Okay, so we've got Oxa, we've also got Hobbs now, but Hobbs hasn't got a microphone on. I've added in these poles to start getting Jammy used to when we're putting an A-frame there, and the cross poles have gone up a little bit. Good girl. I'm still having to move quite a lot in that distance, aren't I? I think it's the bounces, like killing the canter a bit. Ooh, okay. I think we'll move the A-frame poles in a tiny bit, please. And then maybe put the cross poles just up one. It's good for Jam because it kind of stops her rushing there, the cross poles do. And then if she does rush, it kind of catches her out a little bit, like she touched one of those then, because you have to stay so straight. They're easy to touch.
By having it long, it's making it but then there's no bad thing to shorten and lengthen, is it?
No, it's so hard to know, isn't it? Because it's like, you don't want nothing and you don't want to get there really short. I mean, I walked it and I think it walks short now, but I guess we are coming from a bounce. Yeah, yeah. Well, let's give it one more go, this length, and then we'll see. Yeah, because I suppose these cross poles might slow her down more now they're bigger. Good. Okay, I think A-frame in a bit. Yeah, no, that was nice. It just takes a minute to like, for me to get into my stride a bit and for her. They really have to work over those cross poles. Oh, steady on, Hobbs, not too much over the pole. Yeah, that leg's all right. It's quite far over, meanie. We've got Granite Lens Media assistant there. Good. Done. Good. Right, I think, well done. The cross poles are so interesting at highlighting when you mess it up a bit. Because there, I didn't get a great shot to my first placing pole. And so we were all funny and then we were just a little bit off that second cross pole. So I think if we put the cross pole back up and then make the A-frame touch, then she can go down that a couple of times and that should do her. I'm definitely favouring turning right more on both. Yeah, I was blaming Wilma yesterday, but clearly not Wilma's fault. It is, yeah. Well, I mean, it's quite like there are not many strides to turn after. So I think the thing is if you've got a stronger like preference, it always is going to go that way because it feels like such a short amount of time. Classic making excuses for myself there. Yeah, so this is the grand finale of an A-frame, guys. So you've just got to make sure that the point of takeoff, so like a step back from where mum is there, that's got to be wide enough for the horse so it's not like tricking them and trapping them, because you see some A-frames where people do it way too narrow and it then is tricking the horse, which is not what we're trying to do. So yeah, so long as it's perfectly wide enough there and they can read the question, then you're good to go. But always, like, I'd always start by building them in slowly. Even like Jam's done them loads of times, but I'd always just start on the outside. It's not worth the horses misreading it for the sake of doing it a couple of times wide. Right, I'm happy. And she turns right again. Do I need to sit up more? What am I doing here? I think we're probably not dead straight and we're being a bit careless. It's quite short. Good. I think that'll do a nice footwork for her. Ooh. Yeah, I mean, that is a fairly long bounce, but I guess the thing is she now knows that she's got to lengthen for the oxer. Ooh. Oh, I've not built my grid straight. Oh yeah, you're right. Lol. Oh, so it's not Jammy's fault at all. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. And she's, yeah, okay. Okay, well that was building error, guys. If we'd had time to put the drone up, I would have seen that it wasn't straight. I find it quite hard building things straight. Anyway, that aside, I think it was a very good exercise. In fact, I enjoyed it so much yesterday with Wilma, ooh, Jammy, that decided I'm going to leave it up for the week and then probably do it with her again at the end of the week, just because sometimes with young horses it's so beneficial for them to do the same exercise twice, and that, you know, she obviously won't jump in between, but then it's fresh in her brain when she comes out the next time. So I think I'll have another little play with her later in the week, but I was so chuffed with how she jumped yesterday. And I said to Mum, I was like, she just needs to do loads of this. Like, gymnastics is exactly what that horse needs, because she's struggling with like the sitting motion at the minute, and doing these bounces and these poles and the A-frames, it's just really going to get her sitting back on her hocks. And then very pleased with Jammy's session today. Obviously she's a lot more experienced, so she finds it a lot easier. But for her, it's useful, again, the straightness, the footwork, you know. Jam has to be tolerant of me just spanking her into fences on not a very good distance sometimes. So the more we can play around with jumps at home like this that aren't too big, that have poles, and she has to pick her way through, and that aren't straight, it's quite good practice for when you're actually out in the field and, you know, it's just you and your horse and your training at the end of the day. So yeah, really chuffed. I think she's jumped really nicely. Very happy. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, let me know. I'm going to try this year and just do a few more of these like training at home things, just more casual vlogs. So yeah, let me know if you enjoy it and if you'd like to see more, and if so, what you'd like to see, if you want different gymnastic exercises, or if there are other things you'd like me to try. Right, big thank you to Grantlands Media for filming. Big thank you to Hobbs. Hobbs, come in front of the camera a second, because people say they really miss you. And they think that you've left to a Caribbean island, but you're still here.
I wish.
She's still here, guys. She's loving life. Is it snowing? Oh my word. Alert the authorities.
Girl.
Oh dear, Jeanette hates snow. Right, live, love, love you guys. See you, bye. Jam says, leave me alone, you.